You guys are live.
All right. Hi, Four Pines community. We are so excited about our guest and all of the things that we have to share with you this week coming into the shop and through the shop and around the shop. It's swirling like a whirling dervish. I'm sure that folks will be pleased to know that I did, in fact, remember my flower this week. So there's no concerns. Louisa's okay. No more emergency room visits, and the hair is flowered. Thank you all for all of the support that you continue to show for the changes going on here in the shop. I'm going to let you know there may be some construction noise in the background because Darren and my Uncle Mike are putting in some beautiful crown point cabinetry that was just too good of a deal for us to pass up. And we're going to have a new register and cutting surface that'll be sparkly and fabulous. So definitely apologize for the construction noise, but it's going to be worth it in the end. And without further ado, this is Beth Polari. Beth is one of my beautiful human friends who I just adore. I wish I had met her so much sooner in my life, but we just met this year. I feel like we've been connected for much longer. And Beth is going to come do a paint and sip with us on December 8th. At 6 o'clock to 8-ish, you know how social things go. And I'm going to let her share the rest of the information about that event. And then we're going to let her go have the rest of her evening while we talk about all of the other pretty things we've got here on the counter tonight. So take it away, Beth.
Thank you, Louisa. Thank you for having me. I'm really glad to be here.
Absolutely.
So, my name is Beth. I am local to this area, and I don't know, does your population, are they local and beyond?
Some are local, some are far away. Yep, some of
Awesome.
them are local part-time, and then they go to Florida or other warmer parts while it's winter. So we
Yeah.
have a good mix.
That
We have a good
makes
mix.
sense.
Yep.
We start to want to hibernate a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was inspired, well, we were inspired because being friends and sharing these beautiful same things that we love to do, I shared with Louisa that I love to paint. So I went to school for art, and it never became my job. However, it is certainly one of my loves, and I love being creative. So I teach meditation and mindfulness and do energy work and all kinds of fun stuff locally. And sometimes I do sip and paints. I've done them for small parties. I've done them for large organizations as fundraisers.
Wags and Wiggles too, you said. Yeah.
We've
Another connection.
I had a mic on, and I was like 30 to 50 people in some of those events, so it was really fun. So I'm going to do a small gathering, and we are going to be painting this winter scene.
Which is all of my colors.
And doable in terms of if you want to create a different background, right? So you could switch up the blue, the mermaid teal, and the purple, but I do love this color combo.
Yeah, with the white birch. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, so super quintessential, especially here in New England, and really a timeless painting in terms of like it could stay up all winter. It's not necessarily like themed Christmas, but I fell in love with it and had so much fun painting it. So I invite you all, whoever is super interested and sees the beauty of this winter scene, to come and join us.
Yeah.
Bring refreshments
Wink, wink.
and snacks to enjoy while you're having fun with us. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was talking to Beth about the shop and about all of the things I want to do to bring in more community, more arts, more use of the classroom. And she said, well, we could do a paint and sip. And I said, yes, we can. So that is going to be up on our class calendar within the next 24 hours because now we have the image, right? We have the picture, although I don't think you've sent it yet.
I'm going to send that.
Okay, so send me that. So we'll get the image of the painting up, and the registration will be open within the next 24 hours, so folks can get that on their calendar. Thank you
Awesome.
so much, Beth.
Thank you.
Good hugs, good hugs.
Have so much fun.
You too. Enjoy your
I will
evening.
leave this over here.
Oh, yes, we could put it on the easel out there in the classroom to show
Oh,
people.
okay, I'll bring that.
Is that okay?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, wonderful.
Have fun. Thank you,
All right.
everyone.
Thank you, Beth. Okay, so we have so much to talk about. I'm going to try to do it slowly without getting overexcited, but there's so much excitement. Any comments or questions we need to check in on, Eddie?
Everyone's saying hi.
Hi.
Jean said bye to Beth.
Okay, all right, we'll pass that along. Think we're good for now?
I think so.
Okay.
We're good to start.
All right. So, We're just going to go in sort of calendar-ish order about things that are happening and coming up with this shop. And I'm hoping that the first thing that we're going to have is, Eddie, can we share the Coral Reef? Quilts 1 and 2, maybe. So Coral Reef is a line of fabric from Studio E that when Brenda and I met with the Jaftex rep, we both just fell in love with the depth of color, the fun little sea creature characters that were in this line, and we were debating about Quilt 1 or Quilt 2 and which parts of the fabric line to get, and then we decided that we just loved it so much that we were going to do both Quilt 1 and Quilt 2. We're still debating about whether those are going to be kits that are available or kits that are available with a class or both, but the line of fabric is coming. So we will definitely have the Studio E Coral Reef fabric coming to the shop soon. It was a November ship, so I'm hoping that before December hits us, we will have this beautiful line of fabric in the shop. And the other thing that should be coming very soon, well, some of it has arrived, is these Free Spirit jelly rolls that are going to go with the Mondo bags. So we're going to have classes to make the Mondo bag in these 4 colorways, or any jelly roll you wanted to play with, but Eddie's going to help us show pictures of what the Mondo bag looks like in these 4 jelly roll ways. So that is our pink, right? Pink, red. And then we have the blue colorway, and we have the multi colorway, and my favorite color is rainbow, so my Mondo bag is definitely going to have to be in this rainbow one here. The Mondo bag is a process of printed interfacing that you lay your fabric onto and then sew, kind of like a paper piecing moment. And it doesn't have to be the big Mondo bag. It can be this bitty bag, and there's also a medium size in between. But you can see how the fabrics sort of look interwoven on these bags. So cute. Brenda has a sample made up from a different jelly roll that she's going to share with us before we launch the class, so that people can see the bag and actually identify the size and think about whether they want to make the small, the medium, or the large when we have those classes. But the jelly rolls are here. And we have 4 of each of these colorways, and they are here in the shop ready for people to enjoy from Free Spirit and Cafe. Beautiful, yummy, delicious colors, and I'm excited to learn this Mondo bag technique.
Ann asked if you're going to restart the Quilt of the Week.
Well, I think if Eddie tells me what the Quilt of the Week is, what is the Quilt of the Week, Eddie?
Every show we would find a quilt that we did, and they get $50 off.
Oh, so
we show it off on the show.
One of the ones that we've long armed that week, and we would show it off, and they would get a discount off of their quilting.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's fabulous. I think we should definitely restart that, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll get on that. Izzy, can you do me a favor? Izzy's in the background. I'm not talking to nobody, but Izzy, would you go find the purple basket that has the tags in it that people put their name in if they paid cash or check? It's somewhere. The store's a little bit torn apart again as the cabinetry goes in, but Izzy's going to go hunt those down so we can do our weekly drawing. I forgot to do that last week. So we talked about the Mondo, we talked about Coral Reef. What other pictures did I have you save for me? Oh, the Snowflake. So we're not there yet. Sorry. Just kidding. Okay. We will get there, though. We will do our drawing. Izzy, you want to pick it for us? We're going to actually pick 2 because we missed last week. Okay?
All right.
So this will be last week's. So Deb Pressman, and actually Deb needs to come and get her no-show mesh too, so that's perfect. So that'll be last week's, and then what do we have for this week's? We have Melanie, who did not put a last name, but that's okay. I will give those 2 folks a call and see how they want to claim their $10 gift card for paying with cash or check. Thank you, Izzy. Appreciate it. And I remembered that the week of the week before Halloween, I said, everybody save your candy bags. And I forgot to tell you why you had saved your candy bags. It was because I saw a tutorial on Missouri Star to make vinyl covered candy bag zipper pouches. So if you did save those candy bags, let us know that you'd like us to have that class, or we've got some really cool Christmas candy bags coming out that we could do. We've got a Grinch bag over there. If Izzy hands it to me, I can show you. And we could still do those vinyl covered, it's an iron-on vinyl that goes over the candy bag. And, you know, how cute would that be as a little zipper pouch with a candy bag? So if you did save those candy bags and you were looking forward to that, let us know and we'll get that on the class schedule. Speaking of the class schedule, we have so many exciting things going on. Starting November 28th, our Giving Tuesday campaign starts, which we talked about with Christiane from Wags and Wiggles last week. And we're going to be donating 1% of our sales for the week of November 28th through December 3rd. And we are also, for the whole month of December, going to have donation boxes for cleaning supplies, treats, all the things that Christiane and I talked about last week, as well as a cash donation box for Wags and Wiggles. And if you put anything into either the cash donation box or the supplies box for Wags and Wiggles during the month of December, you'll get to pick an ornament off of our giving tree. And the giving tree will have things like free fat quarters, or pick something out of our notions basket that we're going to have for you, or pick something out of our free patterns box for you. And then all of the people who get an ornament off the tree and get a treat for themselves in December by giving a treat to the rescue pups over at Wags and Wiggles will also be invited to our January potluck celebration, where we're going to have some golden ticket prizes that are being donated by our vendor partners like Brother Sewing Machines, and some of our fabric vendors are sharing with us that they're going to have some prizes to add to sweeten the pot for those donations for Wags and Wiggles. So there'll be more information on all of that coming up. But it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. And Sharon Miller-Dombrowski from Creative Solutions for Nonprofits is coming tomorrow to help us set up the giving tree and decorate it and get all of those ornaments with all the different coupons in them for people to pick from. Excited about that. I think we are ready for the snowflake picture, Eddie. So this is my version of the no-sew fabric snowflake, and that there next to me is Shabby Fabrics version of the no-sew snowflake. I think they did a beautiful job with their fabric selection. I can put it on the flat too, if that's easier, Eddie.
That looks good.
So Izzy is going to be learning how to make these so that she can run sort of an ongoing walk-in workshop day for us, and that will be on November 30th. November 30th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Just come on in. Izzy will have the glue guns all heated up, and you'll pick your fabrics, and you'll make a snowflake for you, and then hopefully you'll stay and make a snowflake to help us decorate the shop as well. And that's just a $5 registration fee. Drop in and have fun with us on November 30th. And I didn't get a picture up of this, but I can, is it easier over here, Eddie? Or is it easier with that? So this is the fabric ornament, the no-sew fabric ornament. It's double-sided, or it can be the same on both sides. And again, your fabric selection will really change how this ends up looking. I chose some pretty busy fabrics to make mine, and I think next time I would want some more solid, but really fun, really easy, kid-friendly. And we're going to have that on November 29th at 6 p.m. And then we're also going to have a daytime one of that, but I managed to miss on the calendar what day that was, so we'll update that. And then December 2nd and December 9th, Brenda is doing the wild garden for us. We shared this quilt with you last week, the one where the front picture is not so exciting, but then when you get to the actual fabrics on the back, it's quite delicious. and Brenda will be running that December 2nd and December 9th. And then
Both the mug rug classes are filled, right?
yes,
Okay.
yes. I did bring it over to show people why the mug rug class is full. So this is going to be Becky's mug rug class on December 6th and December 10th. But both of those sessions are full. You know, maybe we can use some small bits of friendly peer pressure to see if we can get another one of those on the calendar, open up some more spots. And I want to share with you that Becky did something really wonderful and beautiful with this mug rug class, and that is that this is a much lower price point for this kind of class than we'll need to do in the future, but we wanted to re-energize and give people that sort of introduction back to the classroom being open. So that's why this is such a reasonable $25 class right now, and that's probably why it filled up so fast, but we'll see if we can get some more seats open for the community because we've heard you. So December 2nd and 9th, the Wild Garden. December 8th, the Paint and Sip that we just talked about with Beth, with that winter scene. And then December 9th, we have Mobile Sharpening coming. Oh boy, what's his name? I forget his name and I forget the name of his company, but it's on the website. We just need to make sure that we have 25 pairs of scissors for him to sharpen to make it worth it for him to come over with his mobile sharpening unit. I don't think we're in danger of missing that mark, but if you do go ahead and register through the free portal for registration on the website, then we'll at least know we have the interest that we need.
That lasted the ornament class. This date changed to December 5th.
Well, you know, I could have written something wrong. Whatever's, trust what's on the website. Yeah, let's trust what's on the website. If anyone who's watching has time to, oh look, Eddie has the website right here.
Is it the...
It's not the Snowflake, it's the Ornament one. That one, yep. So the Ornament, what are our dates?
December 5th and November 29th.
You're right, November 29th is the evening, right? And then December 5th
Yes.
is in the morning. Okay, there we go. So phew, we straightened that out. Thank you, Bev, for pointing out that I said the wrong date. We have a virtual class happening to help support our longer distance folks on December 15th, where if you just email info@4pines, and I think we actually did get a registration up that's also free to register for because it's going to be our practice to see how it goes to run a virtual class with a Zoom link. We're going to figure out how these cameras for the YouTube integrate with the concept of Zoom, where people can see what's going on the sewing machine, and we're going to learn a really cool block together. The materials for that are going to be pretty simple, a couple of 10-inch blocks that you are ready to play with and see what happens magically when you sew them together, cut them apart, and spin them around and sew them together again. It's really neat. December 21st, we have a local author joining us in the classroom. Her name is Julie Glynn. She wrote, oh, I can't really swear on YouTube, can I? Well, we'll show this quickly. If my bleep were smaller, life would be perfect. And other lies the mean girl in your head tells you. So I can think of at least 5 people in my household that need to read this book. But we have the books here for sale ahead of time for you to read and be ready for a sort of book club with the author evening where she'll help you develop a really cool tool called a reflection board as a prequel to a vision board. She's going to join us on our December 7th YouTube live, and she's going to share more about that there. So I won't steal her thunder, but the books are here in the shop ready for purchase so that you can get reading and be ready for that workshop with her on December 21st here in the classroom.
And Jean asked if there's a limit for the Zoom class.
No limit for the Zoom class because it's virtual, so we don't have to have any particular number of seats available. And, you know, because it's sort of that beta testing moment, I think the more people we have involved, the better idea we'll get of what things we need to troubleshoot for future virtual classes. That's a great question. Thank you. Any other questions before I...
No, I think that's it.
Okay. So we have a few more things. How are we doing for time?
6:20.
6:20. I've got time. Oh, good. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So in December, sort of alongside, along with, and parallel to, and dancing around in that whirling dervish with our Giving Tuesday and Wags and Wiggles campaign, we're going to have an online shop hop with the Fab Shop Network. And I'm still learning. I still have to watch a few training videos so I understand it. But the basic concept is that we're going to hide some little bunny pictures from the Fab Shop Network on different products on our website. And we give you information about what to do to try to find those bunnies tucked into those products. And then when you find the bunnies tucked into those products online, there are specials and coupons that go along with hunting for the bunny. So that's another thing that we're hoping will help our more distant community feel like they're participating. We're going to make sure that that's launched in time for the Giving Tuesday, for that week of 1% of sales, so that those online sales can also support Wags and Wiggles. And that'll run through the whole month of December. We're also going to run a Christmas 25% off special in December. So if it's a Christmas fabric, a Christmas kit, a Christmas panel, anything Christmas related here in the shop, we're going to run 25% off for the month of December. We are starting to get ready for our sample sale, where we're going to have the pre-made, handmade, but already made quilts, table runners, bench pillows, those kinds of things from the shop that are going to be available for sale, ready for gifting. Eddie, I have a couple more, at least a couple more minutes of rambling about stuff in December. Would you have time to go pick a quilt for our quilt of the week? And we could start it tonight?
I don't know if we have.
What do we have that hasn't been picked up yet? I'm sure we can find something. All right, Eddie's going to go look at that, so we can't move the camera. We're just stuck here. You, me, we're going to work through it. Take a deep breath. It'll be okay. So we're going to have the sample sale. Izzy, don't touch that. Okay. So we're going to have the sample sale and extended hours for the month of December. So starting December 1st, we're going to be open on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 10 to 5, our normal hours. Then Thursdays and Fridays from 10 to 8. And then Saturdays from 9 to 6. And Sundays from 9 to 6, I think, as well. I think we said. We'll clarify that and make sure. Uh-oh, it's a tall one. It's a tall one, Eddie. I'm going to need the stool.
There's not a lot to choose from today since you started calling people kind of.
Oh, yeah. We haven't had as many quilts sitting in the shop because we've been calling when the work orders are done. It's this really cool thing that's happened. So this is going to be our first quilt of the week. I don't know that actually, let me just admit that I know that I'm not tall enough to hold this whole thing up. Yeah, maybe we can work. It's quite beautiful. So this is Linda Kopp, right? Yes. Lebanon Ballet School, Linda Kopp. And this is the first one that I put on that was a customer's quilt and long-armed. And I showed her the places where I had little fidgets, and she was okay with that. So I'm really thrilled that you picked this one, because now I can give her a little bit of a discount for helping me learn. But Linda has known me since I was 10. She worked with the North Country Community Theater when I was in theater in high school and middle school. So I learned part of my dancing skills from her, which we're not going to demonstrate tonight. Because we don't want an ER visit. But that's wonderful. Good pick, Eddie. Good one.
Ask where do you sign up for the virtual class?
Oh, there should be a link on the website. I think Danny and I did figure out how to create that. And if there isn't under the class schedule a virtual class that you can register for, the other option is to send an email to info@fourpinesquilting.com. letting me know that you'd like to be included when we send out the materials list and the registration Zoom link. So if there is a link on the website, you can register like you would register for our regular classes. And if there isn't a link on the website, info@fourpinesquilting.com. We'll get you there. And, I finally met John the Quilt Father. He came in this week. It was lovely. And
Deanna was asking if you're going to become a Kimberbell dealer still.
Yes, we are still going to have a relationship with Kimberbell. Good question. Actually, one of our community members, who I don't have permission to name yet, so I won't name her out here, but one of our community members and I are going to sit down and talk about her being our Kimberbell coordinator, making sure that we stay on top of all the amazing things that Kimberbell has to offer, making sure that we have classes on the books for Kimberbell, making sure that we know when the new things are being released, and also keeping on top of our Kimberbell digital dealer relationship, which we're going to get as well, which will give our community access to more patterns and more free patterns, which is exciting. So, yes, the answer is yes.
Deanna Stoll was very excited.
Yay! Wonderful. Do we have any other questions going on there?
No, I think that's caught up on.
We
questions.
caught all the questions. Okay. So things that I'm asking of the community for the next week. Keep an eye on the class schedule. Register when you find one that speaks to you that you want to join. I think that paint and sip is going to be really fun. I'm excited about the Wild Garden. That Benartex quilt is so beautiful and it's beginner friendly. So if you know someone who's sort of been concerned about tiptoeing into the tulips around quilting, recommend it to a friend. Let's get more people addicted to our craft. I think that's the right word, but engaged with our craft would be a nicer word. And be patient with us as we get this new register and cabinetry installed. We might have a few hiccups tomorrow, but we're going to do the best we can to have it done before we leave the shop tonight. And otherwise, come play, come have fun, come use the sewing classroom, come look at the new stuff and the new things that we've got going on, and stay healthy and stay happy, and come see us at Four Pines Quilting, where souls are fed with needle and thread.